Welcome back, everyone. So in this video, I'll be telling you all the 20 lessons I've learned in my 20 years of life. So grab your drink, sit back, and enjoy. So in 20 years of life, I've learned a lot. I feel like I've learned a lot about people, about events, about how the world works. And I feel like for those who are 20 as well, or even younger, I strongly feel that you all can get some value out of the lessons I've learned in my life. Maybe it will help you carry you through your own life. So the first major lesson I've learned, and this is not in any particular order, and that lesson is you are your biggest enemy. So many times I feel like I've stopped myself from doing something great because I've started doubting myself, or I just was lazy. And when you're lazy, you're essentially defeating yourself. I'll give you guys a quick example. Like yesterday, I was thinking about going to the gym, but then as I wore my clothes and got ready, I was like, yeah, I'll just go tomorrow. And as a result, I didn't go. So right there, I was stopping myself from getting better. Now my second major lesson is to stop caring about what other people think. Now this is way easier said than done. I know it is hard to just disregard other people's opinions. Like, I'm a YouTuber, I read your comments, like I understand what you guys are saying. But what I've realized is that when you listen to other people's comments, right, whether it be negative, positive, or constructive criticism, or them just bashing you, you can take what they say and use that to help you with introspection. Sometimes, for example, if people are telling me, hey, we think your videos need higher quality, I can just disregard that and be like, I don't care what they think. At the same time, it helps me, understand that, well, I can do better. I can improve myself. And that helps you with introspection. That helps you with just bettering yourself as a person. And now for any negative comments I get on my YouTube channel or in life, I take it with a grain of salt, because every negative comment comes from some type of personal feeling or truth that that person, perceives. So I still listen to it, but I don't really take it to heart. And I feel like neither should you, because you never want someone else to crush your dreams. You never want someone else to dissuade you from anything, really. And this ties in perfectly to the third lesson, and that is to watch out for haters, because there's a lot of them and they will get you. And you need to have thick skin no matter what space you're in, because if someone is able to get in your head and that's their goal, they've won. They are able to get in your head and basically rule you, command you, and you don't want that. So just ignore the haters, let them hate. At the end of the day, I don't know why they would take time out their day to hate on you. That just means you're doing something right. You ever think about why every successful person has so many haters? Just look at Elon Musk. Alright, so this is a little more personal, and that is that love is important. And now, this may be a little like, but I used to watch this show called Naruto, alright? And the character I idolized in it was named Sasuke. And basically, I'm laughing because I know you guys are gonna roast me. But the guy, Sasuke, he got powerful and like rose to, his success by being alone and cutting off bonds. And then he was a cool guy, right? So in my head, I was like, I want to be like that guy. I'm going to be alone, and I'm going to, get powerful doing it all myself. And then as I grew older and I realized it's anime for a reason, this is not the real world stuff, you quickly realize that love is important, and surrounding yourself with people who love you and care for you and you care for them, that helps you become a more positive person, helps you make better decisions in life, and just helps your overall mood, because you don't want to be alone. I think that's my biggest fear, actually, being alone. Like, you don't ever want to be alone. It's probably a shitty feeling. I've never been alone. I don't know why I decided I wanted to be alone. It's anime, guys. Just disregard it. But love is important, and at the end of the day, we're all going to grow up and get married and have kids. In order to do that, you need love. So don't act like you're some cool guy who doesn't need to get married, who, has tens of thousands of side hoes. Like, no, stop. Or for girls, side guys. You're not that guy, bud. You're not that guy.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
And the fifth lesson is a complete 180 from my previous one. And that's to focus on studies, but don't let it rule you. Guys, so many people just focus on studies and are like so nerdy, which is a good, but they're so study driven and grade driven that they forget about the important things in life. School is important. Education is important. And I'm sure without it, you're probably not going to be able to do a lot of things in life that you want to do, because education gives you opportunity, which is what helps you get successful. At the same time, you still want to have fun. For example, in college, I work hard every week. Every time I have an assignment or project or exam, I put forth the hours to study for, to do well on the project, to complete it. But at the same time, I'll still go to parties. I'll still chill out with friends on the weekends. Just finding that perfect balance will help you not only be good in school, but also be good in terms of relationships and bonds. Now, this may be a little controversial, but it's true, and that is that rich people aren't the straight A students. And this lesson is really important to me because I learned it really early on. What I realized was that the people who are, smart and, get straight A's their whole life, 4.0 GPAs, they end up going through the entire school system and the traditional route of becoming a doctor, lawyer, engineer. Now these people are well off. Like, they're making like six-figure salaries. They're well off, but they're not the ones that are revolutionizing the world. Those are the people who are thinking outside the box. And since the school system programs these straight A students to thinking, alright, I need to follow this exact track that everyone else has followed, they don't blaze their own path. They don't try to do what no one else has done before. Like Albert Einstein, he failed in math. Yeah, he was Albert Einstein. It's because rich people are just more inclined to take risks. They are more accepting of it, and straight A students are just more reserved, and you don't want to be that. When I realized that as a 4.0 student, that's when I started thinking, alright, yes, I'm getting good grades, but this isn't what's important, right? School is important, but it's not the end-all be-all. So my grades still maintained, right? But I still focused on other things. I started a YouTube channel. I started a Discord. I started things that will set me up for, you know, generational wealth, possibly. I mean, I'll still work as a software engineer at least for 1 year in the corporate world, but at the end of the day, I'm trying to blaze my own path, and you all should too. And this ties into the 7th lesson, and that is to take risks. Steve Harvey talks about taking the jump, and this jump is a figurative thing, which basically means, you know, taking the jump to following your dreams. Like, you see a cliff? There's an endless world of possibilities. And now the only way to reach those possibilities is by taking that jump. And it's possible that you may fall and hit the ground and splat, or you may grow wings during the jump and you may glide to your dreams and accomplish your goals. It's just about taking that jump. And one thing I would love to say is that if you're a teenager, it is the best time to take that jump because you don't have much risk. So you don't have much to lose, but you have everything to gain. So take that jump as early as possible. But if you do want to be safe, start investing. Investing is very important. It helps you set yourself up for future success and future wealth, because if you start investing at an early age, you will be able to reap the monetary benefits later on in life. And too few people start investing early. They start investing in like 25 and 30, and at that point, it's not as beneficial as if you started earlier. Now this one is a little more biased, and that is that entrepreneurship is the way to go. Now this also is based on my view on life. I personally believe that everyone should strive to create a huge positive impact on this world so that they'll be remembered. And through entrepreneurship, you can do that. Through setting up your own brand, setting up your own business, you're able to revolutionize the world and set your vision into reality. Because if you're working as an employee, you're helping accomplish someone else's dream. You're not going for your own dreams. And I want you all to go for your own dreams. And I feel like the main way to do that really is through entrepreneurship and building your own brand, building your own repertoire. But when you're doing all this, it is important to remember to relax. Guys, mental health is very important. I personally had not mental health problems, but sometimes my mental health has been, low. I've been like sad, and I realized that you're not able to function well as a person, a worker, or as anyone really when you're sad and like you're depressed and you don't have any motivation. So sometimes you gotta take a step back, you gotta relax, you gotta ease off on the work, and you just gotta remember that at the end of the day you're human, right? And humans need to recharge. So to relax, be sure to have fun and be childish. You don't always have to be mature every single time, every single moment of your life. There's been people who have told me, you need to be a little more mature, and this was when I was like 18, 17, and at that time, I was pretty childish. But obviously, as a college student, as you go through like the classes, you meet more people, and you have increased responsibilities, you quickly realize that maturity is important. Like, you have to be mature in life if you want to make smart decisions and be successful. I feel like being successful requires a good amount of maturity. You want to make sure you're a good blend of childish and mature, because if you're mature, you're able to make smart decisions and think about things in a wise way and not do anything stupid. But at the same time, you end up being super serious and not having enough fun. And sometimes being childish, like a little bit childish, can help you, relieve yourself, help you, make yourself laugh, help others around you laugh. So find that good balance of maturity and childishness and just enjoy it. Another important lesson is that you cannot do what you love to be successful. Someone I care deeply about told me that at this point in our lives, we cannot do what we love to, make our money, to advance our career. And now you guys may be thinking, well, you should only be doing what you love. But the thing is, what if you love playing video games? So for example, I actually love playing video games, but I can't make that into a career. Now, obviously some people do, like Ninja, but I can't. And since I'm only 20, even if I'm doing something boring, I have to do it. If the pay is good, if the benefits are good, I have to do it, because I can't pick and choose what I want to do right now. I'm not at that stage of life. When you're a millionaire and you're making a bunch of money and you have everything going for you, then yeah, maybe you can pick and choose what avenues you want to explore. But right now, you kind of can't when you're 20. And I'll always remember that, and so should you. But if you want to be successful, then you gotta be consistent. Being consistent is, I think, the key to success, because no matter what avenue you're going down, for example, YouTube for me, I have to upload at least 1 to 2 videos a week to be consistent and to have that constant growth and constant success. Because if you're not consistent, Even if you go to the gym, you're never gonna get big. You're never gonna get that six pack. Trust me, the number one advice I would give anyone starting a business or starting a YouTube channel would be to be consistent. Now, when you're caught up in work, you can easily forget to take care of your fitness levels. I strongly feel that if your fitness level is directly correlated with your confidence as well as your mental health. When you're a confident person, you feel good about yourself. You start exuding positive energy. And if you go to the gym and you get that six pack or you get that dream body of yours, you can start feeling confident, and that's when you're able to be more extroverted, meet more people, be able to talk to people easier, and you're overall a healthy person. And at the end of the day, our health, physical health and mental health is super important, because without it, you're probably not gonna be able to do anything. And another big thing is to be an opportunist. Now, I'll give a quick example. The stocks, GameStop and AMC, if that does ring a bell, I'm sure it does. These were two stocks that set the market ablaze and that inspired a lot of young investors to get into the stock market. Now, people who never invested in their life made $20,000 within 2 days because they were opportunists. They saw an opportunity and they jumped on it. Everyone should think like that. Everyone should think about opportunities and seizing them, because you don't want to pass up an opportunity that could potentially be super lucrative, super beneficial to your career or your life. So be an opportunist and always be aware of what's going on in the world. And in order to do that, don't be lazy. And this is something I struggle with. I get lazy. I end up watching shows or not doing work. Our parents have shown us what hard work is, right? Especially if you come from an immigrant family like myself, I've seen what hard work is. And the fact is, I should never be lazy. Like, they're working 10 hours a day and they're not being lazy, so why can't I do the same thing? I feel like that's a big problem with a lot of people of our generation, that we end up getting super lazy because of our obsession with social media and our obsession with my YouTube channel. As a result, we get lazy and we just don't end up putting in the work. And you can't forget that hard work and consistency is what really makes you successful in life. And now, success, career, I've been talking about that a lot, but one thing you have to focus on is to build meaningful relationships. Because by building meaningful relationships, you're able to have friends for life. You're able to have maybe a partner for life, and you're able to have connections. Because what are you gonna do with all that money? What if you have 10,000 Lamborghinis, 2 mansions, and your own private yacht? Who cares if no one's on it? Who cares if you're alone and you're surrounded by people who are just fake? Like LA culture, for example, is fake. Half the people who are your friends aren't your friends. So you want to build meaningful relationships, and people talk about it all the time. How when you're famous or when you're successful or whatever, people are just trying to leech off you. Yes, people leech off you, and you have to push those people aside. You have to think about the people that you actually care about and that you actually want to spend time with, and you want to prioritize those relationships. And now my next lesson is a quote that I think I saw somewhere, or I said it myself, I really can't remember, and that is that every villain is a hero of their own story. And now when I say this, what I mean is that sometimes you don't understand someone else's intentions, and you may think, hey, what they did, what actions they did were really bad. And now when I say this quote, what I'm trying to say is to never judge someone based on their actions. Now this can be a little weird, but sometimes someone may do something that you think is bad or with ill intent, but at the end of the day, you don't know their intent. So you should always ask them, because sometimes what they're doing in their mind is correct. So they think they're not doing anyone any harm or any ill, because they think they're right in every situation. So no matter what happens, do not jump the rope and automatically assume someone's character based on something they've done. Understand their reason, and if the reason is poor, then maybe you can judge them a little bit. But if the reason is good, then you have to, maybe tell them, hey, you can't be doing this, because a lot of people may perceive this the wrong way, even though you may perceive it is right. And now my last 2 lessons are very important, and that's to love yourself and have a connection with God. Now, loving yourself. You are your biggest fan. You are your biggest supporter. When no one got your back, you got your own back. So if you don't love yourself and you're not confident in yourself, then how can you expect someone else to love you or be confident in you? Because at the end of the day, if you're not supporting yourself, you can't expect others to support you. And the best way to love yourself, or start loving yourself if you don't already, which everyone should, because everyone is beautiful in their own way, the best thing you can do is to appreciate what you have done so far. If you think about everything you've done in your life up until now, you can start thinking about, the successes you've had, how you've overcome major obstacles in life, how you've been able to have meaningful relationships. And that's when you feel like, you know what, I'm a pretty cool person. That's when you start loving yourself. And if you need help and you need a best friend who will always be there for you, I feel like having a connection with God will give you that, that best friend. Because you'll never feel alone and you'll feel morally better. Now, in no means am I, a super holy person at all. I'm probably done stuff that is looked down upon. But at the end of the day, I feel like you can still have a close connection with God even if you aren't the perfect devotee. But these are the 20 lessons I want to share to you guys that I personally learned that I value the most in my 20 years of life. If you've learned anything or you've had similar lessons in life, then please be sure to share your experiences in the comments below. I'm going to read through every single experience, even if this video has 10 million views. So comment down below and be sure to like the video and support the channel. Thank you all for watching. Peace.